In this very video tutorial, taking you through another indicator called relative strength index, popularly known as RSI, or its abbreviation RSI. So I will be using RSI in this tutorial. The RSI is similar to the stochastic indicator in that it also determines market price or prices overbought and oversold conditions in the market. Alright, first of all, let's try to insert the RSI indicator. Okay, so to insert the RSI, or the relative strength index indicator, we go to insert, click on insert. It's an indicator, so we will find it in indicators. So we come to indicators, then it is also an oscillator, so we'll find it in oscillators. So in oscillator, we look for relative strength index, which is this, and then we click OK. It is always best to use the default, and the default for relative index or the RSI is the period 14, then apply to close, and then you can choose the style. On MT4, anytime you see style, it means colors, so you can choose any color of your choice, and here you can actually increase the font size of the RSI, and then it is fixed minimum 0 and fixed maximum 100. Then we click OK. So here we have the RSI 14, which comes in this line. It comes in this form. Alright, let's look at how the RSI is made up and how it works. RSI is scaled from 0 to 100, but the RSI reads as oversold when it moves about when it moves below 30. For example, here this indicates oversold, and then the RSI reads overbought when it moves above 70, as it's doing right now. You can see that now it has moved above 70, which means that it is overbought, and anytime soon a reversal will come. The RSI has only one line that moves between 0 to 100. I mean this moving average. This moving average. So it moves between mostly this 30 and 70 by its divisions, 0 to 80, sorry, 0 to 30, 30 to 70, 70 to 100. So it's scaled from 0 to 100. Our analysis are all based on the 30 and the 70. We can use the RSI to identify potential tops and bottoms depending on whether the market is overbought or oversold. Now when looking at the RSI, that is the RSI line, this line, we actually looking at it with regard to this trend, so actually you can see that when it was overbought here, it started to move. When it was overbought and then it moved below the 70, it started to sell, and it's traceable to the main trend, the price trend. So when we are talking about the RSI, we are actually also talking about the price or the trend at the same time. When RSI line dropped below 30, it is a signal that there might be no more sellers left in the market, or sellers have started to take a buy position. As such, the move could be over and a buy trend is likely. For example, let's look at a clear example here. When RSI moves below 30, what happened? After that, when it moved below 30, it showed oversold. Then after that, it started to move. It started to move upward. That is, it started a buy trend. You can see it crossed below the 30. Right, this is the 30. Crossed below it, and then after staying there for a while, it started to go up. Which means that it started what? A buy trend, and it's traceable to the trend as well. It started to buy. All right, so it means that the sellers are exhausted, and as such they will now take the opposite direction, which is a buy. So it's important that you understand these things and follow them as such. On the other hand, when the RSI line moves above 70, like we can see here now, it's a signal that buyers are getting out. buyers are getting out of the market. That is one, the price is overbought, and very soon buyers will be out of their positions and starting to sell. As such, buyers may not be on that price. They may no more be following this trend that we can see here, because as it is now, it is overbought. So no one can guarantee how long it will stay buying. But this is just an indication that very soon a sell trend will start. Alright, let's now look at how to professionally determine a trend using RSI. But before then, the primary usage for RSI is to also determine whether the price of a particular currency pair, commodity, index, security is oversold. That is when the RSI drops below 30, or if it is overbought, that is when the RSI moves above 70. That is the primary goal for RSI. Mostly when using RSI, it can also help us to confirm trends. RSI in most cases is also used to confirm trends, maturity, or formations, such as reversals of trends and price continuity for a sell trend or a buy trend. For example, here we can wait when the trend crosses, when the RSI crosses so that it's below 70, then we can confirm a sell trend coming. Or when it moves above 30, then we can confirm a buy trend. So it also help us in that form. Mostly when RSI line is in the middle, when it's in the middle, say somewhere here, the middle between say 70 and 30, when it's between here, it becomes difficult for traders to use it. But that is ending with you today. Let me break it down for you. Let me make it simple and take you through the best way to use it. In order to avoid fake outs, you need to understand this, that when the RSI is above the value of 50, then a possible uptrend. Okay, let's say here you can see the value 54. You can see the value 54 there. Then a possible uptrend may be confirmed. A possible uptrend may be confirmed, meaning that is when it crosses, when it goes say above 50, when the value goes up above 50, it confirms that a buy trend will continue. And you can see that when it did, it really continued till even now. On the other hand, when the RSI line is below, or if the value is below 50, for example, let's say 41. Okay, let's say 41. When the RSI value is below 50, then a possible downtrend may be confirmed. What it means is that it will be selling more. Let's look at it somewhere here. For example, for example, when the value goes below 50 and it's 48, you'll find out that it will continue to sell. So it confirms a sell continuation. So it is important for us to understand that we can use the RSI to confirm a trend continuation, if the trend will continue to buy or if it will continue to sell. To do that, if the trend will continue to sell, the value of the RSI will have to be below 50. That's like 49, 40, 48, below. Then it confirms that the trend will continue a downturn. And if it is above 50, then it's an indication that a buy trend will continue. It is that simple. So in short, whenever the RSI goes above 50, it is a good confirmation that an uptrend has actually confirmed. On the other hand, whenever the RSI goes below 50, it is a good confirmation that a downtrend has actually formed. And if you use other indicators to confirm, you can go with it. So let's now look at the summary of the RSI. Let's look at the summary of the RSI. First of all, I said earlier on that a relative strength index, or RSI, this indicator, it's similar to stochastic in that it indicates overbought and oversold conditions as well. That is when the moving average, this line, the relative strength index line, goes above 70, then it indicates that the price is overbought and a reversal will soon happen. And when it moves, and when the RSI moves below the 30, for example, when it moves below 30 here, it is an indication that the price is oversold. So a reversal to a buy is is possible. Then also RSI can also be actually used to confirm trend formations. That is, if you really want to confirm whether the trend will continue buying or will continue selling, that is when the trend moves above 50, then a continuation of a buy trend is possible, and when it moves below 50, then a continuation of a sell trend is possible. So you'll find out that there are four main things that we can say stochastic does, more or less, and there are four main things that relative strength index also helps us with, and that is when relative strength index is below 30, it indicates oversold and a reversal to buy, and when it is over 70, it indicates overbought and a reversal to sell is possible. And then when the value of RSI is above 50, then it indicates that a continuation of the price going up is possible, and when it is below, when the RSI is below 50, it indicates that a continuation of a sell trend is possible. If you practice this over and over, I believe that you will be able to use it effectively and you will see the results. With continuous practice and usage of this, the result is always overwhelming in the long run. So practice it, use it, and then you will see the result, and in the long run you will master it and be a master of it. So this is how the RSI works, and I believe that it will be useful for your trading career. Thank you. Alright, let's look at how to delete the RSI indicator. To delete the RSI indicator, all you have to do is put the cursor on the RSI moving average, and then it will show it this way: the relative strength index, the time, the value. Then you right click. When you right click, it will bring you here, and then you click on delete indicator and it is gone. It is that simple. To get it back on the platform, you go to insert, you go to indicators. Because it's an oscillator, you go to oscillators, and then you look for the relative strength index. You click on it, you check the period, it should be 14, that is the default. The apply to close, you choose your own style, that is the color. If you just click on this drop down here, you choose your own color, and then you can increase your font here, and then let the fixed minimum be 0 and the fixed maximum be 100. Then you click OK, and then you will see the RSI indicator on the chart for you to use for the analysis. And as you can see here, now the RSI is trying to come down because it's overbought, and the next move that it can make is to come down. And you can see as it's performing here, the trend is also doing the same thing. So the question is, which time frame does the RSI works best? The RSI works best in 4 hours. In 4 hours, though it works best in 4 hours and daily time frame charts, but it works the same in all the other time frames. The analysis is the same. The analysis of overbought, oversold is the same. I believe that this indicator will help you because it's one of the most commonly used indicators, and it is a powerful indicator to do all that we have actually looked at. Thank you.